Come along as we search for an iconic North Carolina tree.
We're highlighting easy hikes on well-maintained trails. We don't need all of the technical equipment to go explore.
I'm Rachel Lewis Hilburn. Andy Wood is our guide. Along the way, we'll learn about why and how this iconic tree lives here, what makes it iconic in the first place, and who else lives here because of it. Truth be told, we have another goal.
We're here to encourage people to unplug, get outdoors, and reconnect.
Andy Wood is taking us to a place where the three ecozones of North Carolina seem to converge: the coastal plain, the Piedmont, and the mountains. And in this place, we can explore how, with time, small things create dramatic results.
Andy, where are we?
Raven Rock State Park, in an area where the Piedmont of North Carolina meets the coastal plain of North Carolina.
And I know we're here to see the park's namesake, Raven Rock, but there's also a tree that we're after. What's special about it?
It's an American beech that is growing on top of a mound part of this Raven Rock, and it literally is breaking that rock apart with its roots.
You're gonna have to explain how that's possible.
As soon as we get there.
All right, let's go.
We're in a transition area in the state of North Carolina where the Piedmont of North Carolina meets the coastal plain. And in this zone, we find such things as mountain laurel.
Here at Raven Rock, the mountain laurel has its own microclimate, thanks to cooler air blowing off the Cape Fear River and up the rock face. It's nature's air conditioner, according to Andy Wood.
I mean, it's got mountain in the name, so it should be
in the mountains.
What other kinds of unique species would we find here?
Well, I can hear lots of birds, and this is springtime, so we've got lots of songbirds coming up from Central and South America, warblers especially, colorful, beautiful little songbirds.
More than one kind of warbler?
Oh, in Raven Rock State Park, this time of year, you might be able to get 20 warblers in a good couple of birding days. And they're here because these trees support the caterpillars that they really like to eat this time of year.
Obviously, birds aren't the only creatures feeding on the spring caterpillar bounty. This is, of course, one example of a predator-prey relationship. It's ubiquitous in the animal world and easy to find there. But this relationship is also one of the pillars of life on this planet. Soon we'll see a striking example between a plant and a rock.
We're looking across the Cape Fear River. Are we looking at the difference between the coastal plain and the Piedmont?
Perfectly, yes.
Raven Rock State Park came into being because one local man believed this breathtaking natural beauty should be preserved. Campbell University professor Robert Suits heard rumblings a corporation might buy the acreage for industrial purposes. So he worked first with Harnett County and then the state in the late 1960s to create the park. More than 50 years later, the park and the rock stand as tangible examples of the power of individual activism.
You explained that this beech tree is growing out of a rock, but when we first look at it, it looks to me as if it's growing on top of a rock.
It started growing on top of the rock, and over time, its roots have grown into the rock, and now it is disassembling the rock.
How is it possible? How can a tree root penetrate a rock?
So the rock has little cracks in it, and they may only be millimeters wide, tiny, maybe even the width of a sheet of paper. But the tip of a plant root is only a couple of cells wide. So it can slide into that little bit of a crack, and as it grows, eventually crumbles the rock.
Not unlike the ants attacking the caterpillar. This exposed root system, though, isn't just because it's on top of a rock. According to Andy, human foot traffic has prevented leaf litter and dirt from covering the roots.
You called this a formation. It looks like a rock outcropping to me. So how did this form? This is really dramatic.
It's only exposed here because of the Cape Fear River, which has eroded away the topsoil that separates this rock from the coastal plain just across the river. So this is where the hard, what's called gneiss rock, G-N-E-I-S-S.
Nice.
Pronounced nice, gneiss is what it looks like. And the coastal plain, the rock in that region is softer than this. This is a hard rock.
So you're saying, I just want to make sure I understand this, that we're seeing this kind of sheer cliff face, if I can call it that, because water has cut through it. So how long would it have taken for this rock outcropping to take the form it's in today?
Hundreds of millions of years.
If some microscopic tree root cells can burrow into hard rock and grow into an imposing beech tree, if water can cut through metamorphic rock over hundreds of millions of years, if one man's appreciation of nature can supersede industrial expansion to create Raven Rock State Park, then what power might live in our own tiny, as yet unexplored ideas?